Recently, I've been playing Modern Warfare 2's third-person mode. In the original game, I passed up on it because I played COD for it to be an FPS, but after trying it in the new game, it is an eye-opener. It reminded me a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5 or Ghost Recon Wildlands, and it got me thinking, what if Call of Duty had a realistic military mode? Instead of being super fast-paced, you had to plan out your attack accordingly with your team. You couldn't rely on a HUD or announcer or character dialogue. Everything must be tracked and coordinated by you and your comrades. And so I worked late into the night, developing a game mode that would give COD a new coat of paint. And thus, I present to you, Super Hardcore, or as I like to call it, Milsim. Milsim mode takes out nearly every bit of help the game gives you to provide a truly tactical experience. No more will you be jump shot or quickscoped by your friends. This is war. The main idea is it's basically third-person hardcore search to destroy. However, there are some banned items and a sort of honor system rule set thrown into play to provide a unique feel to the game. You can play Prison Rescue, but there's just nothing that you can do to change the game settings for it. Search is a bit more customizable, and that's why I prefer it over Prison Rescue. Also, game chat only with random teams. You must settle your differences and work with who you were given to overcome your opponents. For the game settings, I like to run a 5-minute round timer with either 8 to 10 round long games, assuming you're playing 6v6. Move the round timer to 5 seconds to keep you playing as much as possible, and for immersion, keep the infill cutscene on. I put the bomb timer on 30 seconds to heat up the intensity. If you want things to stay difficult, you can keep the defuse time at 5 seconds, but if you're finding it difficult to win via defusal, I've tried knocking it down to 3 and it works a lot better. Have defuse reset on to throw off your toxic friends as well. Health regen must be off. The only way you will be able to heal is from stims, so you have to make a decision. Will you be able to heal in a pinch, or stun everyone in the room and secure a win? Third person obviously must be on. If it's not, it's just regular ass COD. I personally put tac sprint off to make it harder, but that's up to you. The minimap stays off along with team assignment. Friendly fire should be on once you turn it to tier 1 mode, but set it on here just to make sure. Tier 1 mode is what this game calls hardcore, so flip it on. It'll remove the HUD, hit markers, the reticle lines leaving only the center dot, and increase weapon damage. I like to reduce the ammo mags down to 2 or 1 so every shot has to count. Since it's so easy to die, feel free to put on persistent streaks so your kill streaks retain through death. Turning this off does increase the difficulty, so if that's more your jam, then keep kill streaks normally. Also, keep them as kill streaks and not score streaks. One of the most important things you have to do is turn announcer and battle chatter off. This leaves only the dialogue in the game to be you and your teammates. You can't rely on hearing that you're the last alive from the team leader. You have to keep track of that. Teammates will have to tell you that they gotta kill themselves rather than having the operator do it for them. This is the core basis of the game, team communication and cooperation. Before we jump into the pick and ban, let's discuss what I'm calling house rules, since they play into why I'm banning certain items. The house rules aren't really rules that are in the game, but they should be followed by each player to create a unique, grueling, and tactical experience. If you enjoy video essays like this and you want to see more, then consider subscribing. Over half the people that watch my videos don't subscribe, and I put one out every Tuesday and Saturday, so consider subscribing. We're actually on the road to 100 subscribers, so what better time to join the community than now? Anyways, let's get back to the video. First off, assault rifles must be set to semi-auto. Keep in mind that it resets on death, so you'll have to check what fire mode you're on against the ground when you spawn in to keep things fair. While ARs must be set to semi-auto, SMGs can remain in full auto. Second house rule, each team is allowed up to 1 player that can carry a sniper rifle. I wrote down in my notes up to 1 to distinguish that having a sniper isn't a requirement, and it's more meant for the team on defense. This push for a more defensive sniper is evident in the next rule. Snipers can only be fired when A, the player is crouched or prone, and B, the target cannot be in the same room as the sniper. No, outside doesn't count as one big room, so if you're outside and they're in front of you, as long as you're prone or crouching, go for it. These conditions are meant to enforce the sniper as, well, a sniper. Get to a high point on the map, set down your defenses, mount up on a windowsill, and take aim. If you're wondering how the sniper is supposed to defend themselves in a close quarters environment or on the move, they always have their pistol. The whole point of the game mode is to basically recreate the feeling of campaign within multiplayer. I think enough people will get immersed and follow these rules subconsciously, but for those who might be new to the idea, these rules are in place to give them an idea of what I'm going for. Finally, let's talk changes to weapons. I have some general ones, and then we'll jump into each category separately. There's a lot of things to mention, so I'll just flash up my notes as I say them. Pause when you need to if you want to read them in depth. Here are the general rules for weapons and attachments. For ARs, the only thing I changed is that the 74U must be treated as an SMG and not like an AR, so it can be run in full auto. While SMGs have no restrictions, I am banning battle rifles since ARs are weak enough to require multiple shots to the body for a kill, but they will still pull off one-shot headshots. I feel like this is a good balance for medium-range weapons, and if I included battle rifles, then body shots would be one-taps. Shotguns and LMGs are banned with a handful of marksmans banned as well. Mainly the fast-firing ones, or ones that too closely resemble another gun. The only sniper I banned was the LAB to make room for the SPX, and of course, no riot shield, grow up. I banned out the auto pistol, and I also made some changes to the other handguns. The less powerful pistols are allowed to have suppressors, but the two hand cannons must remain unsilenced to compensate for the extra damage. I did ban launchers in an effort to stop them from being used against other players, but feel free to maybe let one slide in an effort to take down kill streaks. Here's all the illegal equipment, perks, field upgrades, and here are the allowed kill streaks. Now, before I wrap things up, if you're watching this and you think it's not realistic enough, well, have I got the mode for you. Introducing Super Milsim Mode. Although the changes are small, they add more to the immersion of the game, so if that's what you're going for, then add these to your rulebook. 1. Everyone must use the Milsim operator. No ghosts, no Burger King guy, nothing. 2. You cannot call your teammates by their name or even their gamer tag. Teammates must be referred to as the team name followed by a number from 1 to 6. For example, my friend John is no longer John. He is now Cortac 4 or Specgru 2 or whatever. The biggest change that actually affects the game is that when you die, you must shut your microphone off. The dead can't give callouts or anything. Finally, at number 4, voice chat must be changed to the classic Modern Warfare filter in everyone's sound settings. Of course, you can play around with all these settings yourself. If you find that one of the rules listed isn't fun, then get rid of it. While this is meant to recreate the campaign experience within multiplayer, above all else, it's meant as a new way to have fun in a very rinse and repeat game. If anyone watching this plays with their friends, comment below how it went. I'm super interested to hear feedback.